both parties are allowed to send in poll watchers. Sometimes that term has a negative connotation. All that means is both parties can see that the votes are being counted the right way. That's all.
It's poll watchers for vote tabulation, not poll watchers for the person coming in.
Right. No. It has nothing to do with the people coming in. This is for the counters in the back. And Pennsylvania, one of the Trump campaign officials tweeted out how far back they're keeping them where you couldn't even tell what they were doing. It's like, what are they hiding? And then you hear this from Stacey Abrams in Georgia. I want you to take a listen to this statement. It is disgusting, and it's why I use the word steal. Because they're already trying to undermine a President Trump victory here, even though this is a very close election. I don't know why the Democrats always use this style of defeatism on the day of election, but here they go. Stacey Abrams.
Don't leave the lines. We know there will be long lines, which is not a signal of enthusiasm. It's a signal of voter suppression.
It is not a signal of voter suppression. One, we have longer lines this year because there's bigger turnout.
Right.
Two, we have longer lines because you space people out by 6 feet. COVID.
Right.
That's probably the number one actual reason why we have longer lines.
And longer lines is a view of a healthy democracy.
To say that you are suppressing votes because there's a lot of people in line makes no sense. But Clyburn said the same thing in South Carolina. If Trump wins, that's a sign that the votes have been suppressed.
Well, that goes along with the Attorney General of Pennsylvania, who says if we count all the votes, we already know, of course, that Joe Biden's going to win. Which he knew before the votes were counted. Yeah, because they're up to shenanigans in Pennsylvania. And by the way, just a little heads up on Pennsylvania and the Attorney General. We know you're up to shenanigans. We know you're up to things. Believe me, we've got a battery of lawyers, primed and ready if necessary.
Anyone who weaponizes their positions and tries to manipulate their power in order to go after their political enemies in this way should be thrown out of office. This is outrageous. This is America. Let me tell you, I worked at the State Department for 11 years. If I saw this in a foreign country's election, we would call it out and tell these people to get back to governing like a democracy.
Look, I am looking like a laser beam. I mean, we're looking at all possible. There's going to be a lot of skirmishes in various precincts.
Yes.
But I'm looking at if there is going to be a battle, okay? It may not even be necessary. If it's not necessary, it won't be. But if there's going to be a battle, Pennsylvania looks like the battle. And Pennsylvania is notorious for how they handle these things. But I will tell you, I was with our legal team last night till 1:30 in the morning discussing this and strategizing this out. I know the moment to pull the trigger if we have to.
I feel very strongly that people have to be active participants in their democracy. Every great civilization has lasted roughly 250 years. We're one generation away from losing all of our freedoms. You have to get active and fight. And part of that means that when we have these irregularities, we have to go in with a legal team.
We are going to do a live broadcast with our entire team. We've got an analysis team in, and you'll be joining us, Harry Hutchison, Jordan, May, our whole team. We got guests calling in.
We're going to be joined by people like former Florida Attorney General and Trump impeachment legal team member Pam Bondi, who'll be at the White House. Rick Grenell, former Trump cabinet member and a special advisor to the ACLJ, who will be with President Trump at the White House. We're going to be joined by Matt Schlapp. He is a Fox News contributor and a chairman of the American Conservative Union. He'll be joining us as well, and maybe other special guests, and taking your phone calls. So we are going to be with you at least a couple of hours,
at least,
maybe more.